My today's guest is Kamil Gancarz. He is the president of the board of the Bitfold Ag. It's a Swiss company and they're working on a hardware wallet. And I'm a big fan of hardware wallets, as some of you already know. I try to buy every hardware wallet I can get actually. And the promise of Bitfold is that they have a new way and a very secure way of combining three separated modules to provide you with a cold storage solution, which is very easy to use, and it's usable as any other very simple mobile phone or hardware wallet device. And I'm really looking forward to today's talk and to at least get a glimpse about what we might see in the future from Bitfold, because this product is not released, and but I was able to have a look at it today. So I'm really looking forward to today's talk. Welcome to Coffee from the Block from the House of Blockchain in Liechtenstein. My today's guest is Kamil Gancarz. He is the president of the board and founder of Bitfold Ag. It's a big pleasure to have you here, Kamil. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Thomas. It's a great pleasure also for me, and thank you for having me here.
I mean, you are in Liechtenstein. You're not originally from Liechtenstein.
No, I'm
Where
not.
are you from, and what brought you to Liechtenstein?
So I'm from Poland originally, and what brought me to Liechtenstein is an event that we were running together here at the House of Blockchain, and also your legal firm. So we are showcasing our invention, Bitfold.
Which we will talk a little bit later about in more detail.
Yes, exactly. So we are showcasing that. We have also some partnerships here already in Liechtenstein and building new ones. So as a big community, blockchain has a big community in Switzerland and also in Liechtenstein. So we are based, our company is based in Bar, in Canton of Zug in Switzerland, but also things are happening here, so that's why we are in Liechtenstein. And we actually love the country also.
Yeah, thank you very much. And you're from Poland?
Yes, that's correct.
And so maybe when we talk about like where you're from, when did you discover Bitcoin for the first time?
So actually I discovered it in 2011, but the story is quite funny because I used to work in finance. Actually I still work in finance, but I used to be in traditional finance, trading for London-based futures trading company that has offices in Poland. And after I exited the company, I started my own financial consulting company called Invest Management. And 2011, I came across Bitcoin and I said, oh, that's an amazing idea. That can be huge because, you know, with the money printing happening, that was after 2008 crash when Lehman Brothers, got liquidated and things were happening. So that was kind of a hedge to this fiat system. So I smelled that it is a big thing. But then I download the wallet, Bitcoin Kitty, the Bitcoin Core wallet, and it requires you to have a full node. So you need to download whole blockchain on your computer. That time it was 35 gigabytes, but still, internet was a little bit slower than today.
Internet was slow, yeah.
Yeah. So I was downloading that for 2-3 days. Somebody sent me Bitcoins even, so for free. I haven't put any money that time, and you know what? And after a few days, the full node wasn't downloaded yet. So I said, who will use that? I mean, the idea is amazing. Idea is amazing, but how the technology works at that time, 2011, nobody would use it. And then I forfeited the whole Bitcoins. I don't have even access to those Bitcoins that I received that time. I haven't put my money, so I wasn't so involved. And then I left the space, because I said it couldn't work. Nobody would use that. And then the funny thing, and that links me to Liechtenstein also, I was on the trip to Liechtenstein, and because I was working with banks here, also in Switzerland, but that trip was here in Vaduz, and somebody in Vaduz introduced me to Bitcoin once again and showed me that.
When was that around?
2014. 2014, I think that was summer. It was definitely hot. So maybe August or July. So And that was the time where there was common reporting standard being introduced. It started 2017, the reporting part, but there was already cases and banks were preparing for that. And I said, okay, we are going to lose even more banking secrecy here in Liechtenstein, in Switzerland. So how to mitigate those risks? I mean, because lots of clients, my clients, were willing to have a bank account because it was more secure, you know, outside of scope of big reporting, like nowadays is. And how to mitigate those risks related with losing even more banking secrecy. And then the Bitcoin came once again as a Swiss number bank account, right? Pseudonymous account that you have only this number, so it's working like bank's account before 1999, right? Where there was a numbered account in Switzerland.
Yeah.
So I was reintroduced, and the guy actually was from Poland. So then we met again in Poland. And he started to train me about the Bitcoin. I bought my first Bitcoins. Then I had that consulting company, so I had a client. So we bought with a client's Bitcoins. We started investing, and here we are in the space since 2014. Nice. Yeah.
And now you are here also as the president of the board of the Bitfold AG, which is incorporated in Switzerland. But what is in that box? I heard you're not allowed, or you're not going to show it to the public.
Yeah.
I had a small look at it yesterday at the House of Blockchain Barbecue.
Yeah.
But maybe you can describe a little bit better what Bitfold AG is doing.
Yeah, so Bitfold AG is developing next generation hardware wallet. This hardware wallet is self-sufficient, so doesn't require any connection to your mobile, laptop, server, what have you. Of course, you need to have an internet connection to get some Wi-Fi or a SIM card, because it's SIM enabled, so you can use it with the internet connection that is provided by some mobile network. But still, it's a cold storage device. And how it's possible? It's possible because we have 3 separate computers. It's based on my invention and based on our hard-working team that developed this device. And we created something that was impossible. Cold storage device that is secure and cannot be hacked. I mean, we are building in the way that cannot be hacked. Of course, we will be doing lots of research to showcase that it cannot be hacked, while being connected to the internet. So that's the idea. Create the most secure wallet and also the easiest to use, without any cables, without any Bluetooth connection, which can be tricky, and also there can be a loophole for your security. You can jeopardize your private keys in that way.
I mean, it's very interesting because normally you say, for example, if you operate, you say, okay, I have a big proportion, maybe 90% of my funds I have in cold storage, which means it's air-gapped, it has no direct connection to the internet, and therefore it's very hard to sign transactions because they're not connected, right? So like a lot of companies, they then say, okay, 10% we have in hot wallets where we can easily sign transactions, and therefore they are immediately accessible. And you are telling me that you are combining like the advantages of having a cold storage, which is obviously security, because you have no direct internet access, so therefore the attack vectors are minimized actually. And on the other hand, I can use it as a standard wallet where I can
like your mobile phone wallet.
And you said that you're going to describe that in more detail, but like, and that's your invention, but what can you already share about that? You said it's 3 modules?
3 computers actually, working separately. They have even own operating systems. We're building Bitfold OS, or actually it's already built for the MVP purposes. So we have first app, wallet app, of course, but there will be future, there will be our app store, our software developer kit, API, that can many companies, even banks, will get on board it and interact with our platform. So we are building quite extensive platform in future. First of all, first use case is Bitcoin and Ethereum wallet. Then we will add more protocols, because we can cater to any protocol. We can even cater to centralized networks, like connecting with a bank, because basically what you can generate out of seed is different set of keys. It depends on your derivation path. So you can create many different solutions. So
But then with a bank, you would use kind of an API because.
Actually, bank can also, get onboarded in a way that they will have additional signatures to log in, like you used to have with corporate banking. Sometimes you use some physical tokens, or you have
like a two-factor authentication.
Sometimes there is not two-factor. Actually, some corporate banking doesn't use passwords. You use only your login or your client number, and then you confirm with an app or with your physical card that you're logging in. So it's actually two-factor in one factor, but in some hardware solution or software solution. So this is better in the terms that it's more secure. It also gives you ability to have biometric identification of a person because it's onboarded. We are building our own hardware, our operating system. So I want that we will be like an Apple for blockchain, right? Where we're building our own hardware and systems, and we are doing that. And of course, there will be third-party applications that can utilize the ability of this powerful platform.
But you said like there are 3 modules, and I don't get it. Like you have one module, and if they have to interact, they have to be connected, right? But if there's
not necessary, because that's why you have 3 different computers. Only one is connected to the internet, and of course that is most prone to attacks. And that we treat it as can be dangerous. This part we treat it as that. But you have the wallet app like on your normal computer. Of course, we are using security chips already there, so it's even more secure than any phone out of the box. We are using automotive grade industry standards for the chipset there, but so it's more secure than a phone, plus we don't have phoning capabilities and no Facebook by now, right? Maybe in future, but I mean only part with interacting with metaverse and or your digital assets there, digital art or other different things that you can use in the metaverse or in games, right? So that can be your wallet for your Blizzard game and an expensive gear that you can have in a game. So how it's done? One is connected to the internet, and if you want to make a transaction, you are using the second computer as an intermediary just to pass a transaction, and there is a process of virtual air gapping happening there, and it's described
virtual air gapping.
Virtual air gapping. So actually, you referred to you have a cold storage device with air gap keys, right? But we have the same process within the device. So, but it's called virtual air gapping, and it's patented even in that way. So we have the system, the transaction is being transferred in a special way, and the first computer, which is internet enabled, and third, which holds the keys, actually also there they have additional layer of security, but that I cannot disclose right now. So they never see each other. They are never even connected. There is no data bus that they can exchange information. No virus can be transferred. So we have a special way of transferring that information. And when we transfer this information to third computer, the first one is disconnected, or actually they are always disconnected from each other. Hence we have this second module called bridge, which acts as a bridge over the RAN, right? Switzerland, Liechtenstein. So I'm laughing that this private key storage is Liechtenstein, and the first internet connected is Switzerland, right? So you design the transaction in Switzerland, but you sign in Liechtenstein.
That's a nice picture.
Yeah. So we have special notary sitting there and signing transactions.
Yeah. Okay, that's very interesting because you're solving an issue or a challenge. We all know if you have like existing hardware wallets, you can use them. Some of them are easier to use, some of them are harder to use. But you see that they are not like they are secure, but they're not extremely secure, right?
They still can be hacked. There are already cases on the internet that are showed on YouTube how you can hack Ledger, Trezor, and others. So.
And therefore, I think that's really needed that we have very secure products which are able to store the keys. On the other hand, they have to be easy to use, right?
I mean, I would even say, I mean, maybe it's weird because we are a security company, but I think the ease of use even is more important because many people already forfeit their security and they store funds on the exchanges. And why is that? Because it's so easy to use.
Yeah, it's convenient. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so convenient. So, but imagine Bitfold partner with exchange, and you can actually store your funds in a self-custody way, on self-custodial wallet, and have quick access to the exchange, and you can quickly transfer. You don't need to worry about which address you are sending because it's already exchange app on our device. And you can easily interact, easy withdraw. You don't need to put anything. You just need to sign transaction, the exact transaction that you need to do, because we cannot do that for you. You need to verify everything, right? I mean, the very process of sending funds, you are verifying that on this secure module in that Liechtenstein part.
So that actually means that I could use in the future, if you are able to implement within an exchange, I can use the trading function of an exchange, but I can really have my self-custody. I can custody with your hardware wallet.
It depends on the partnership with the exchanges.
Sure. But if you have that partnership in
place, we have a right partnership, we can also create even some mixed ways of having the funds on the exchange, because there can be different layers. There can be layers where there is multi-sig between user and owner of the funds and the exchange.
Because they have to be sure that if they match a trade, right, that then you have enough sources or funds of a specific token, right? Otherwise,
Plus, there can be another layer. You have only your private keys, but you can disclose, or you can design that there's the level. Okay, exchange will get the information that these funds I have in my cold storage device. So you can automatically via app, if you really want to, if you decide, if you sign that they are to get the information, you can also disclose the information to the exchange that can give them some credit facilities or something, or even that the exchange would treat you better, or you get a better tier without having funds on the exchange. And of course, final transaction can be also work like a swap. It is completely new level of security also for the clients.
That's like an atomic swap, that you have time-locked smart contracts?
Actually, you will be going through the centralized authorities, centralized exchange, but you can do something similar, but not an atomic swap here. It's like a swap within the centralized entity. Of course, at the moment of the transfer, you are giving out your funds there, but you are risking for a few minutes only, right? So this transaction, of course, exchange can maybe not few minutes, maybe 10-20 minutes, because there can be some minimal amount of time that exchange would require some confirmation to get, like Bitcoin sometimes is 1, 2, 3, but there can be also another way. Because of having trusted partner like Bitfold, knowing that this transaction is happening on our device or is integrated within the app that is provided by the exchange, they can have higher level of certainty that the transaction will happen on the blockchain. So even unconfirmed transaction can be accepted on the exchange to make a swap or to make a transaction. Of course, it depends on the layer of security and the cooperation between Bitfold and an exchange partner, but I think it can also reduces the lags of transferring funds to the exchanges, especially in Bitcoin, within the Bitcoin blockchain. So Lightning Network is one way, but also for higher amounts and final settlements on the main blockchain or zero layer or layer 1 solution as Bitcoin blockchain, you can make faster transaction by trusting the wallet that is signing that.
But that's a combination of trustless solutions and actually trusted intermediaries, right?
Yeah. But we are not holding the funds, but you trust the software that if it was signed by the software, it can actually also issue some additional communication to the exchange, because it can be on-chain transaction, but off-chain confirmation that wallet really signed that transaction, and that transaction is real, and now non-double spending happened. So you can actually add additional layer of certainty for exchange that it can actually return funds much faster to the wallet directly, so to the client, because it's non-custodial wallet. We don't have any access to the funds.
Thank you very much, Kamil. I learned a lot today. My final question to every of my guests is actually, what is your favorite coffee? And I know you're a coffee person as well, because you have the exact same coffee machine as I do, a Lamazoco.
Yes,
and
that's
we even have the same handles, or at least the same thing.
Yeah.
So I would love to hear what is your favorite
But are
coffee.
you asking about beans or the coffee drink?
Whatever you think is really crucial for your perfect coffee.
Okay, so there is actually a additional link to Liechtenstein, because I love Diemel coffee from Shan. So actually there are two favorite coffee roasteries of mine. The Diemel in Liechtenstein, and also there is a Polish roastery, Momento Coffee from Rzeszów. Maybe Rzeszów is not famous from coffee, but they have excellent coffee. So I switched between two of them. So now when we arrived to Liechtenstein, I bought a few kilograms of coffee.
Nice.
So,
but then you drink it as an espresso or as a...
I love cappuccino actually, but I'm non-dairy, so I have special milk. For that is really acting nicely for the cappuccino. And also what I love, and I have Greece Freddo machine, so I prepare cappuccino Freddo or espresso Freddo also.
But with that special milk, you can also do like the latte art.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's actually, in a sense, it's a little bit, sometimes even a bit better.
Oh,
so
nice.
if you get nice proficiency with your milk jack and steam wand, you can create amazing also latte art. So Lamazoco has amazing,
very good
steaming process. Yeah.
No, thank you very much. It was so good to have you here. I learned a lot. I'm really looking forward to finally then see your final product. You know that I'm a hardware wallet person. I love technology. I love to experience technology. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you for inviting me here. Thank you.